I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I'm unbeatable. Couple minutes left to score. Every time they wanna clash, the wind is kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
Welcome to the British Basketball League, and this is the first game of 7 in Week 9 of the League Championship. Tonight, the Surrey Scorchers visit the brand new Cannon Medical Arena, home of the Sheffield Sharks, for the first time. The Sharks swept the Scorchers last season and also beat them in Week 3, but this is a different Surrey team now, with recent wins over Plymouth and Manchester. Current London Lion Jordan Taylor is alongside Josh Bettwatching.
Thank you, Jeanette, and welcome British Basketball League fans to Sheffield at the Cannon Medical Arena for tonight's game between our hosts, the Sheffield Sharks and the Surrey Scorchers. Well, these are two teams that are on the rise in the British Basketball League. Sheffield are creeping up the league standings and have the same number of wins as both Caledonia and the Lesser Riders. This is a team that found its identity, and that identity is built on the airtight defense. The Sharks restrict their opponents to just 74 points per game. Conversely, the free-scoring three-point kings of Surrey should make this an intriguing matchup. Surrey have one of the most feared offenses in the league right now, and they are leading the three-point stats. These teams are struggling to slow down Surrey from beyond the arc, but again, this has all the hallmarks to be a cracking matchup inside the British Basketball League. Well, welcome, basketball fans, as we said, to the Cannon Medical Arena. It's going to be our hosts, Sheffield Sharks against the Surrey Scorchers. I'm your commentator, Josh Bennett, alongside superstar of the London Lions, Jordan Taylor. Now, Jordan, before we get things going, of course, we got to talk about your game on the road in Barcelona against Hoven 2 Badalona. Monumental time for British basketball. The first ever team, a British team, to defeat a team from the Spanish ACB.
Yes, it was an honor to get that win. It was a great win for us, bouncing back after 2 Euro Cup losses and a tough loss in the British Basketball League as well. And for the United States fans, we got to play in the gym where the 1992 United States Dream Team won gold in Barcelona. So it was great to get a win there and get back on track in the Euro League, or in the Euro Cup, excuse me.
Well, we're going to get to that level one day, of course. But, you know, going back to tonight's game, of course, you met the Surrey Scorchers on the opening game night of the British Basketball League. But since then, Surrey, they are a different team.
Absolutely. They keep improving every game. I got a chance to talk to Coach Gardner. Last time we played them, there's been improvement across the board. Cam Gooden, who's not going to play tonight, but Patty Wang's getting healthier. The team's coming together. They just have a lot more continuity, and they're playing together as a unit, getting better. Even though they're still in 9th place, they're improving.
Well, the three-point shooting, of course, from this Surrey Scorchers team has been impressive. But let's talk about our hosts. They're on a 2-game winning streak. And again, another team that's in form here in the British Basketball League.
Well, with the three-point shooting team, you know what matches that is aggressiveness. And with Jalen Pipkins, DeVril Ramsey, and the rest of the Sheffield Sharks, they have aggressiveness and they have the ingredients to match up with the Surrey Scorchers.
Well, we're going to take a look at the league standings here in the British Basketball League. And Jordan Taylor's London Lions still top of the table. And even though they picked up their first defeat on the road against the Plymouth City Patriots, now we have 3 teams at the bottom of the table, all with 2 victories each. Surrey being one of them, Manchester just above them, and the Plymouth City Patriots below them. But as we said, Sheffield Sharks with 6 victories, just like the Lesser Riders, and of course, just like the Caledonia Gladiators. This is becoming a very, very interesting turnout this season. But now we're going to take a look at the fixtures for the upcoming weekend here in the British Basketball League. Well, we're going to kickstart things here tonight at Sheffield as they are taking on Surrey. Tomorrow we'll have a doubleheader. Leicester Riders will be on Sky Sports, but you can also watch that for all our viewers in the United States as they host the London Lions. Newcastle Eagles will be hosting the Manchester Giants, while on Saturday, Surrey Scorchers take on the Flyers. Caledonia will take on the Sharks, and we have a doubleheader on Sunday. They'll be exciting to see the Plymouth City Patriots against the Newcastle Eagles, and the Phoenix will host the Riders. Well, basketball fans, we're going to be back very shortly as we're going to take a break momentarily. Welcome back, Basel fans. It's the British Basel League. Whether you're watching us YouTube or whether you're watching in the United States of America, I am your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside superstar of the London Lions, Jordan Taylor. JT, we got to talk about some of the key players to look out for in this game. You know, Sheffield Sharks, one player comes to mind is Jalen Pipkins. I mean, he is a primetime player. Jalen
Pipkins is playing like an MVP right now. He's an ultra-athletic three-level scorer who's the most talented player on the Sharks. We've seen him a couple times. The last time these two teams matched up, he took over in the fourth quarter. We got to see him put on a show against Bristol. He's going to put pressure on the Surrey defense all night and expect him to have a big night with Surrey's limited shot blocking and the missing guards in Cam Gooden and Justin Robinson.
Well, one of his key teammates that you want to look out for is Devell Ramsey. Again, a man who's time and time proved himself to be a very, very tough point guard here in the British Basketball League.
Devell Ramsey is the head of the snake for the Sharks. Jalen Pipkins, often gets a lot of the love for his athleticism and his dynamic scoring, but Ramsey leads the Sharks in rebounds and assists and is third in scoring as well. He also sets the tone defensively for the Sharks. He's a tough shot maker with a big heart, and I'm excited to watch him lead the Sharks tonight.
Well, now we're going to take a look at the key players here for the Surrey Scorchers, and one player comes to mind is this man, the big mound of rebounds, Saquon Jameson, one of the toughest rebounders here in the league.
Big mound of rebound. That's a beautiful Charles Barkley reference. He's not quite Sir Charles, but he is an absolute beast on the boards. He leads the British Basketball League in rebounding, which is a vital anchor to Coach Lloyd Gardner's three-point shooting attack. His ability to provide second chances and inside-out threes for the Scorcher is a vital part to their attack.
Well, the other player you want to look out for here for the Surrey Scorchers, the man from Colorado, but we know him as the king of South Sudan, Paddy Wang.
Yes, sir. One of my favorite players in the British Basketball League. Paddy Wang is rounding into form after off-season meniscus surgery. He naturally got off to a little bit of a slow start, but is averaging 15 points a game in his last 4. You can see that explosiveness that he has start to come back more and more every game, which is translating into finishing at the rim and a rising shooting percentage, and that is a beautiful sign for Coach Gardner and his bunch.
Paddy Wang, of course, a member of the South Sudanese national team that qualified for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Didn't feature, but we got to talk about the coaches tonight. You know, we got one coach, it's all about three-point shooting, while the other coach, it's all about a defensive mindset in the case of the Sheffield Sharks.
Coach Lloyd Gardner, they need to touch the paint. When you shoot a lot of threes, 32 a game, that's first in the British Basketball League. Touch the paint. That's how you get high percentage threes. And on the other end, defensively, for Coach Lyons and the Sharks, he needs to speed up the guards, especially no Cam Gooden, no Justin Robinson. Try and speed up Paddy Wang and get those guys out of rhythm.
Basel fans, we're going to take a look at the starting lineups of both the Surrey Scorchers, but we're going to begin with the Sheffield Sharks, a home team. Well, Team Lions is going to go with Jordan Rattino in the backcourt, along with the likes of Devell Ramsey and Jalen Pipkins. Kipper Nichols will play power forward, but it's all going to be about the big man, Bennett Cook, to see what he matches up against Saquon Jameson. That is your starting 5 for a Team Lions. While the visitors, on the other hand, Surrey Scorchers, Lloyd Gardner, he will go with an interesting starting lineup tonight. Paddy Wang will play in the backcourt, along with Josh Still, and Quinn Cooper will be their small forward. Mohammed from Canada will play the power forward, while Saquon Jameson, the big man, will be the center to match up against Bennett Cook. Well, we're going to meet with the two coaches for tonight's game, and we had a chance to speak with Lloyd Gardner specifically on what his experience has been like on his first trip to Sheffield's new Cannon Medical Arena.
Absolutely, beautiful new arena here in Sheffield. My first time visiting, the Scorchers' first time visiting, so we're looking forward to a tough road test.
Yeah, it's a new season though, and they're a very talented, deep team, a lot of experience, a lot of high-level guards. So we beat them in overtime in their place. Very tough fought game, and it'll be expect exactly the same thing tonight.
And of course, it's been good for the Surrey Scorchers. Paddy Wang playing some very good basketball from his return from injury. What can we say about his development so far this season?
Yeah, I think absolutely. He missed a lot of the summer. Paddy, after having surgery at the back end of last year, and it's been a bit of a pre-season for him. I think he's been up and down at the start of the year. He knows that. But yeah, last couple of games we've been pleased with his consistency, and I think that for Paddy, he shows glimpses of how good he is and how good he can be. It's just a matter of doing that week in, week out for us, doing that for a full 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's a great home environment. We've got a small sample size, but it's been exciting. A lot of noise, a lot of energy. It really fills up and swells, and the fans are almost on the court with you here. So it's a great home advantage for us.
Sheffield are a great defensive team. I think their offense has really started to click the last couple of weeks. But any any Sheffield Sharks team over the last few years has been based off a really good defensive pedigree. They're an aggressive team, super organised, you know, really understand rotations, and are very good at taking you out of your game plan.
Like you said, we got to limit the good three-point looks. Just got to do a good job of not giving up offensive rebounds, some easy transition points. They're going to have some guys that make some tough one-on-one plays. They're just that kind of talented team that can score by themselves off of nothing. We got to make sure we limit their good assist and open looks.
Well, there you heard from both coaches, the team of Lions of the Sheffield Sharks and Lloyd Gardner of the Surrey Scorchers. But, you know, JT, it is going to be an interesting matchup, three-point shooting specifically against a very principled defensive team.
Yeah, one way you stop a three-point shooting team is you slow down the offense for one, and with Jalen Pipkins and DeVerl Ramsey, their aggressiveness should be able to allow Sheffield to get in the paint, get to the free throw line, and force them to set their defense, which will make it tougher on the Scorchers to get into rhythm and find shooters and get up and down the court.
Well, Basel fans, we're going to give you the action very shortly, but at the moment, we're going to take a break, and we will be back momentarily. Welcome, Basel fans. Surrey Scorchers currently in town here tonight at the Cannon Medical Arena of the Sheffield Sharks. And, you know, Jordan Taylor, I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to this game. If, you know, Surrey can have a good night from the perimeter, this could be a very competitive game. Absolutely. And like you mentioned, every time these teams get together, it's a very competitive game. Last time went down to the wire. I believe 70, went into overtime, actually, in Surrey, and Sheffield came away with the victory. However, I believe that Sheffield tonight is going to handle business just because the loss of Justin Robinson tonight, the former MVP, as well as Cam Gooden, is a tough loss to overcome when you play the way that Surrey does. I think Sheffield comes with a physical approach and really makes it tough on Surrey to get into their offense. It takes away their legs on some of those jump shots. Well, there is a team of Lions getting his troops ready for this game. And, you know, we've talked a lot about their defense, but again, you know, with players like Jalen Pipkins, there's a lot of offensive weapons for the Sharks. A lot of offensive weapons. And you notice, since the last time we got to see them play, Jalen Pipkins' minutes has gone down. DeVerl Ramsey's minutes have gone down. Other guys' minutes and scoring has gone up, and Sheffield is at their best when they have balanced scoring from the guys. That also takes a lot of pressure off of DeVerl Ramsey and Jalen Pipkins when they don't have to do all the scoring, as well as Kipper Nichols. When you get contributions from Bennett Koch, Jordan Routinho, who we saw find his stroke over in Bristol a couple weeks back, and they both of those guys have been playing a lot better as of late. Well, we have to give a lot of accolades to the Sheffield Sharks organization. This fan base, of course, a historic team within the British Basketball League, but now they have their own arena, the Cannon Medical Arena. Well, there are 3 referees. We've got Steve Ferris, Tom Muderman, and Neil McKelvey for tonight's game. We're very proud that we have some of the finest officials here in the British Basketball League, and they're going to do a great job here tonight as we tip things off here, as we mentioned, in the home of the Sheffield Sharks. We're currently live at the Cannon Medical Arena. Well, Basel fans, if you are not nervous, there's something wrong with you. 2 teams currently in form. We're going to get this one underway. Well, JT, I got to tell you, it's very interesting. We talk about how dynamic Padilla Wang is. You know, naturally, he's not a point guard. He's going to have to play that role here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting dynamic as you see them go inside to Jamison early, which I like that move from Coach Gardner, trying maybe he can get going. You collapse in on him and get some of those high percentage inside-out threes. But Patty's going to have to do a lot tonight on both ends of the floor.
Well, Rotino, as you mentioned, player that found his form at the away to Bristol Flyers. Jameson got in, Bennett Cook, and the big man going in with a jump hook and finishing under a bit of pressure.
That's going to be a matchup to watch tonight. Bennett Cook versus Shaquan Jameson. As you see, first 3 possessions, 2 for Surrey, 1 for Sheffield, is inside-out basketball. And those 2 going at it as Cook gets the better of him on the first 2 possessions.
Well, Jameson going for the mid-range. Sheffield trying to build the momentum early on. Tino got it by Cooper. Sharks not taking too much time, of course. Going back down to Bennett Cook again. He fancies this mismatch. Goes up on Orthodox, and again, somehow, some way, I don't think he knows how that one went in.
A tough finish by Bennett Cook and a clear initiative from both coaches. They're going to try and wear each other out early, as you see. It's going to be physical early on, and Bennett Cook is clearly getting the better of that matchup. But I'm excited to see this early. Shaquan Jameson doesn't back down for much, so this should be fun to watch.
Well, I'm just trying to go back to how he makes those post moves. He holds the ball so high, we may have to call him Mr. Liberty. It looks like a Statue of Liberty when he holds the ball up.
Listen, one thing about being 6'10" is you don't have to score every time, but as you wear guys down throughout the game, they're going to tire, their legs are going to tire. That's your advantage. You don't have to be great in the first, but as the fourth comes, you say get to the other guy's fourth quarter earlier. If you can get to the guy's fourth quarter in the second quarter, so to speak, then you're winning.
Wang penetrated, kicking out the steal, finds up for 3, can't get it. Again, both Jameson and Padilla Wang fighting over the rebound. Surrey still scoreless.
Love the first 3 possessions from Surrey, though. Try and get Shaquan Jameson going, and the inside-out 3. Good attack by Patty Wang. That's a wide-open look from Steele.
Well, Pipkins trying to contest for an offensive rebound, but that goes out of bounds, and that will go back to the Scorchers. Well, probably the most monumental game for them was that win on the road against the Plymouth City Patriots, and it was that man who made the putback dunk that sent it into OT. But the question is, can Surrey find some consistency this season?
It's always tough to find consistency when you guys have guys in and out of the lineup. Tough loss for them. Justin Robinson, a little bit of a stomach bug. Hopefully he's back soon. But Wang is aggressive early as he misses their short, tough move from him.
That goes out of bounds. That will be Scorchers' ball on the baseline. And as you mentioned, Padilla Wang, not actually the #1 point guard option, but having to play that role due to the absence of Justin Robinson.
I think it just shows his versatility, though, to move from the 3 over to the 1 just on a moment's notice. And obviously, we'll see how he does with it, but that just shows a lot about his character and his ability as a basketball player.
On the 10 here on the shot clock. Muhammad nowhere to go, kicks out to Wang, had the 3-pointer. Being heavily defended. Finds Muhammad, tough contested 3, and he's fouled in the process, and it's a poor foul to give away because he'll go to the free throw line now for 3 free shots.
Not a good foul there by Routinho. Cardinal sin right there. Never want to foul a jump shooter, especially late in the shot clock, and bail out Surrey. But again, Patty Wang, that's good defense by Jalen Pipkins, but Patty Wang is attacking early, and if you're Coach Gardner, you love to see that. That's something that we didn't see a lot of early in the season. The decision-making is there. He averaged a lot of turnovers early in the season, but now you see he's under control, he's on balance, and it's a welcome sight for every British Basketball League fan.
Well, he's playing just under 20 minutes per game and averaging just under 5 points and 4 rebounds. But, yeah, what does he offer to this Surrey Scorchers team?
Abdul Muhammad does everything for the Surrey Scorchers team. He can offensive rebound. He's a capable 3-point shooter. As we saw him get hot against Manchester a couple games back. He can guard 4 different positions, and he's just long. He's athletic. So anytime you have that type of rangy defender, athleticism, he can provide a lot to the team, as we see a little bit of a 2-3 zone here from the Scorchers.
Again, you can see Sheffield not going with a high post entry. Kipper Nichols trying to seal off here for the big man, Bennett Cook. Again, not renowned for his mid-range shooting, but no problem there for the big fella.
Can't teach that. He steps out 17 feet, 6'10". That's hard to guard. Good defense there by Pipkins. He got in the pocket.
Oh my goodness! Pipkins just putting on a highlight reel. JT, what did we just see?
That LeBron-esque. I don't even know what you call it.
Here we go again.
Wow.
Pipkins down the middle, surely not two. Finds Rotino, goes up. Gets a foul. I think Jalen Pipkins may have just shown us the MVP buddies of the season. My goodness gracious.
Man.
Well, fasten your seatbelts. You are witnessing greatness.
Pick Patty's pocket there and then gets down the court a little two-hand windmill, reverse windmill. That's tough. I can't really speak on that because I can't do that. So, you know, that's tough right there. That's high-level athleticism from Jalen Pipkins.
Well, Jalen Pipkins setting the tempo very early on. Remember, this season he's averaging just under 14 points. You know, trying to make a statement that he wants to be a contender for most valuable player this season in the British Basketball League.
Yeah, and he's definitely doing that right now. He's playing, as you see, both sides of the ball. He's taking the challenge of guarding Surrey's best player in Patty Wang and also scoring on the other end. You know, one thing you have to do to get that MVP is win games, and Sheffield has been doing that. So, you know, the more games you win, the better chance you have at that.
Sheffield's defense trying to make this tough here for Surrey. Don't want to give them any belief here for the perimeter. That's a good look from downtown. Unable to get it. JT, one thing Surrey may struggle tonight is to get offensive rebounds against a very physical and athletic Sheffield Sharks team.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that you got Saquon Jamison out of the game early and Bennett Cook got him an early foul. But that is one thing that they're going to need to do, especially, again, as we mentioned, 32 threes a game. That's first in the league. You have to hit the offensive glass. You have to get second chance points.
Wang being heavily defended by Jalen Pipkins. Still coming off a screen. Again, trying to lob it up, and he turned it over yet again. Sheffield looking to capitalize. Just leading by a slender 6 points, but Ramsey faking the ball screen, goes for the tough fadeaway. Can't connect with it.
Tough shot there by Ramsey, capable of making it.
The big man had a seal off in the post. They get the ball to him. Sorry, go that pick and roll, throws the alley-oop, and the connect is up. And again, big man just connecting, the tall black from New Zealand.
Surrey's possessions early in this game have been good. They have a couple turnovers and not quite executing, but the formula is there. They have the organization. It's just a matter of executing, getting the ball where it's supposed to go.
Well, again, Mr. Liberty, I like your reaction to that. It really is a Statue of Liberty, isn't he?
Hey, he's feeling good in the Cannon Medical Arena early. A little turnaround jump hook. I like it.
Well, there's the first treble of the game coming from Cooper. And that's what Surrey like to do. They like to spread the floor, and they will try to light it up here tonight.
Patty Wang getting in the paint again, and Quinn Cooper, 54 of his 62 shots coming in this game are three-pointers. So if you're Sheffield, you have to find him on the three-point line.
Sheffield trying to start the offense with a double high screen, but they turn it over. Still comes up with it. Nobody running here. Hunt goes in, draws a contact. He will go to the free throw line. The foul is on Devell Ramsey. We like to see that, a big man, you know, making that extra effort to sprint down the middle.
Yes, Jordan Hunt, beautiful job getting into or sprinting the paint after a turnover. There's Quinn Cooper. He lit us up in London for quite a few threes a couple weeks ago. He can shoot that basketball, and through Kipper Nichols there, you cannot close out with your hands down. I know he got it up late there, but you have to run him off the three-point line and turn him into a driver or at least a two-point jump shooter.
Currently the free throw line here for the Surrey Scorchers. New Zealand international Jordan Hunt. Now probably the biggest game of his career was in the semi-final matchup in the FIBA Asia Cup back in 2022 when he featured for his national team, and he played for one former British Basketball League superstar, Pierre Cameron, who played for Chester Jets, now currently known as the Cheshire Phoenix. And just goes to show quite some big names out there in the world of basketball that had once featured in this league.
Yes, there are. There's talent everywhere, and you are probably one of the greatest basketball talents we have, especially when it comes to your basketball knowledge around the world.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. I love learning things with you.
Well, that's a nice little post up. Dribble out of Coy, unable to get this one. Well, speaking about internationals, you know, you had a chance to talk to Padilla Wang, and, you know, he had a lot to say about being a part of that system with South Sudan. Is, you know, they got them qualified to the FIBA Basketball World Cup and also qualified, you know, going to the Paris 2024 Olympics.
Yeah, he mentioned, you know, he missed the summer with the torn meniscus, so it's a little bit of a bittersweet for him being out the whole summer, but then joyful seeing, you know, his countrymen, brothers and sisters in different sports, but especially in basketball, qualify for the Olympics, and hopefully he'll be able to get healthy as he's rounding into form and be able to compete with those guys. As another three from Surrey. Again, Patty Wang attacking the paint. Great extra pass there from Andrew Lawrence.
Well, did Gianni Parkinson making a three-pointer. And another big name in British basketball, you mentioned there, Andrew Lawrence's game is now Ratito lights it up. Yeah, back and forth between these two teams. Good tempo early on, JT.
Great tempo. And one thing Sheffield's going to have to be careful of is turning the ball over. They lead the league in turnovers, meaning that they turn it over at the lowest rate. But a couple early turnovers have Surrey out in transition as more good offense from Surrey, and it's Muhammad with an and one at the rim. And guess who? It's the vet Andrew Lawrence with a beautiful feed to him inside.
Well, Basel fans, we're going to take a short break as we will be back momentarily. Welcome back, British basketball fans, and of course, there is the man, Parkinson, making his early three-pointer here for the Surrey Scorchers. Let's go back to Padilla Wang, of course. You know, we mentioned about him being a key fundamental part for South Sudan qualifying for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Wasn't able to play due to a big injury, but you know, slowly but surely he's come back and recovered very well.
He had to go through a difficult meniscus surgery. As an athlete, going through a surgery like that is absolutely awful. It warps your mind. Some days you think you're never going to get better, some days physically and mentally. I've been through 8 surgeries myself, so I know how that goes, and it's great to see him rounding back into form and finding his explosiveness as he's off to a good start tonight with 2, 2, and 2, but a hockey assist should be a thing for him because he really should have 5 assists.
Well, that was a transition. It was a 2-on-1. They decided to go himself, but Parkinson will go to the free throw line. Again, you like the confidence in this young man coming in here, playing very fearless. And, you know, that's what Surrey needs. They need players to really come in and make a big difference in this lineup.
Listen, you're missing Cam Gooden, you're missing Justin Robinson, and you get a kid in Parkinson coming in, knocking down a 3, being aggressive in transition. That's what good teams are made of, and I know their record probably doesn't reflect them as a good team, but Coach Gardner is really doing a great job in molding these guys into something that could be good later on in the season, and you know, hopefully they can string some wins together, come to be prepared come playoff time.
Sheffield now trying to get themselves back in. It's only trailing by 3 points. There's a penetration down the middle, pulls up in the mid-range. That tough play there by Nixon. Made a lot of contact. Well, Surrey currently have Andrew Lawrence, Jordan Hunt, Josh Still, Bailey and Parkinson currently on the floor. Lawrence looking for an opening. He's up for a quick 3. The 3 is up, and again it's good. Well, people need to remember he is an Olympian back in 2012, featured for Great Britain at the London Olympics.
Ultimate vet right there. There's a group for Surrey that has not been on the floor a lot together. You got Bailey and Hunt out there, probably aren't used to playing a ton of minutes, so it's going to be big for Andrew Lawrence to get them going. Big shot there by Routinho.
Well, Surrey Scorchers didn't read the scatter report because that's now back-to-back three-pointers for Jordan Routinho.
Him and Quinn Cooper, two guys that you have to run off the three-point line because they can knock that down in their sleep.
Well, Hunt looking for the post-up, finds Lawrence, goes in, can't finish it, no foul calls. Adekoya gets it. Sheffield looking to maybe take the lead here. They pull up for a quick three, the three is up, and that's way off the mark.
Way off the mark. But Parker Stewart, he's coming off of 19 points last game. He's still feeling hot. 40 of his 57 shots are threes, 4 for 7 last game from the three-point line. So a little bit of a heat check. Check it out, and didn't go quite right, but shouldn't deter his confidence one bit.
Well, the speed of the game, and of course, you've played professional basketball in France, Turkey, Israel, Japan, but you know, the way that the British basketball league works, as we mentioned, the tempo, confidence is contagious.
Confidence, absolutely contagious. Energy is contagious. We talk a lot with our team, with London, about how the ball has energy. When you share the ball, guys get confident, the team gets confident, the ball starts to go in, you make an extra pass, good to great is what we call it, and that's really how you build chemistry and a really good team.
Well, Lawrence missing another one. Sheffield again, another chance to try to take the lead. Decided not to pull the trigger from the perimeter. Just over 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Going down low now to Idlerock. Trying to force his way. Routinho's made 2 threes. Can he make a three? Well, Idlerock's going to get called for a foul. That's going to go back to the Scorchers.
Like that patience by Sheffield. Nixon did a great job at running to the corner, spacing the floor. Could have shot that first three, passed it up, found a mismatch with Idlerock.
Well, you mentioned it. I mean, he is not a player you want to leave wide open. He did contest that three-pointer, but right there, that's just too much time and space.
Too much time and space. That's a tough matchup, though. You got Hunt on him there. Now you got Bailey on him. Those are kind of 4-5 men. Routinho's capable of playing the 3-4. They're not used to being out on the perimeter and closing down that space, but that's a mandatory when you're guarding Jordan Routinho.
Well, that's not quite an offensive foul because it's on the rebound, but it will be 2 free throws coming up for the Scorchers because the Sharks have put them in the penalty. Surrey do have 2 more fouls to give here with 1:28 to go. Currently here in the first quarter. You feel that Surrey at the moment just kind of, it's always tough when you play on the road, and you've obviously seen this playing a season here in the British basketball league, but kind of at the moment, they're settling into the tempo of this game.
Yeah, you know, it's something that they're gonna have to get a hold of quickly. It helps when you have Parkinson. Shout out to that kid. He came in 7 quick points for them off the bench, and that's something that you need to kind of settle into the game.
Well, head coach Lloyd Gardner formerly played in the British Basketball League in the late 90s with the former London Leopards and London Towers, another team who did feature in the EuroLeague. Another step back three-pointer, again, no good. Cooper secures a rebound. Scorchers lead it by 3. Wang trying to go in and around the defense. Bit of contact, goes up, gets the and one. And the King of South Sudan will be going to the Royal free throw line.
Patty Wang, man, he is playing unbelievable, relentless attacking, getting in the paint at will. I got to talk to Coach Gardner about this in London. We mentioned early in the season he was getting in the paint, not really finishing. Again, you see that health, you see the balance, the wiry strength. He doesn't look very strong. He has that functional strength, that basketball strength. He puts his shoulder into you with that explosiveness, gets you off of him, and finishes at the rim.
Converts a three-point play. Surrey now with a bit of a cushion, but, you know, we need to go back to the game against the Leicester Riders. I mean, they were up by at one point, I think it was over 20 points. Riders came back into that. So Surrey, they can build leads, but JT, you know especially, it's about holding on to those momentums. And another turnover. Wang comes up with it. Looking to go in with that Euro step, goes up, just can't finish. Saquon James in the offensive board, and it's all Surrey Scorchers here at the moment.
Guess who? Patty Wang getting the steal and out on the break, and Saquon Jameson cleaning up the miss. I think Patty might have got fouled there, but Sheffield might have got away with one.
13 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Surrey get a stop here. Well, they're not going to get one. I was going to say a potential 2 for 1. A strong move going to the basket by Stewart.
That's a tough bucket. That's what 19 points in the last game gets you, that contagious confidence, and you love to see him staying aggressive despite the early air ball. He's got to do that for
Looking to
Sheffield.
isolate. Goes in, little teardrop, and again, simple little kiss off the backboard by Padilla Wang. What a play there. Well, Basel fans, at the end of the first quarter, Surrey lead this one 29-21 against the Surrey Scorchers. Yeah, it's been fantastic basketball, but we're going to take a short break, and we will be back momentarily. Welcome back, British Basketball League fans, to the Cannon Medical Arena here in Sheffield. And again, Your Majesty, the King of South Sudan. And you guess what? He is balling at the moment, JT.
He is living up to top billing. He's doing everything for Surrey right now. He's leading them on the defensive end. He's getting downhill, creating for his teammates, finishing at the rim. He's doing everything that Surrey needs him to do when missing their former MVP in Justin Robinson.
Lytle Rock forcing this one up, can't get it. Surrey potentially can't make this a double-digit lead as they currently lead by 8 points here against the Sharks. Wang loses this one. Sharks have a 3-on-2. Lytle Rock, quick three in transition, goes off, and the bank is open here on Thursday night, JT.
You think he called that?
I don't think it matters at this point. I think he'll take that one.
I think him and Coach Lyons will. I love what Coach Lyons is doing right here. He's kind of weathering this storm with Pipkins and DeVerl Ramsey on the bench, letting his guys play and gain that confidence, which is going to be big for them throughout the season. As there you go again, Quinn Cooper. You cannot leave him. RJ Idlerock makes a vital mistake, goes under on the screen there, and that's too much space for him.
Well, Quinn Cooper hitting his second treble tonight, restoring a bit of order back to an 8-point deficit. Scorchers doing exactly what they said they would do. Going back door, dribble out of Koya, making it Saquon Jameson just go to sleep on the defense.
Saquon Jameson fell asleep for a second. Jabril Adekoya, smart play, goes back door. Too much space. That is too much space. Quinn Cooper can shoot that rock, and if you give him an ounce of space, he will knock it down. Again, the Sheffield Sharks, you have to run him off the three-point line, or he will make you pay.
Confidence is contagious. Quinn Hooper Cooper at the moment, 3 trebles already here in the first half. Sharks looking to respond now, going for the mid-range, just can't get this. Now Surrey looking to run. It does take a lot to knock over Saquon Jameson, and
a little bit of a cool runnings trip up right there. Might be an old reference. Good hands there by Adekoya.
Adekoya now looking to finish this one. Draws a contact, doesn't get the ad one, but he will go to the charity stripe with 2 free throws. Another costly turnover. Now, we talk about Padilla Wang being a versatile player, but at the moment you can see here, just struggling to deal with the defensive intensity of the Sheffield Sharks.
Yep, and that's what you have to do if you're the Sharks. He's not a natural point guard. He's doing a great job here tonight, but you have to put pressure on him. Surrey does not have another point guard in the game with them right now. Andrew Lawrence on the bench. I would expect Coach Gardner to go to Andrew Lawrence and Patty in the game at the same time as the game progresses. But you talk about versatility, this guy right here, Jabril Adekoya, kind of a staple of the British Basketball League now. These undersized 6'6", big burly guys who can play 2, 4, 5, can do a lot of things for their team, and you know he's a great basketball player.
Well, after leaving the NCAA, he went to play in the lower divisions in Spain, in EBA and LEB. It's almost like his game is naturally suited for the British Basketball League, of course. Yeah,
you know, a guy like him, I think he can play anywhere, honestly. The things he can do, you can put him in three different positions. He's light on his feet. He can guard 5s, he can guard 4s. He's a mismatch for a bigger 5 or a smaller 4 on offense. So he brings a lot to the table.
Still trying to go baseline. Nowhere to go here. Time winding down. Wang puts up a Hail Mary three-pointer. Sharks defense, at the moment collectively, proving too strong to break down. Bertino goes up. Bertino finishing under intense pressure. We just have a slight delay in game at the moment. Well, again, a lot of people currently wondering, due to the absence of where is Justin Robinson. Now, we do have a timeout coming here by Lloyd Gardner, but at the moment, Justin Robinson isn't featured because he is currently fighting just a minor little sickness tonight. We are told that he is going to be okay and he will be back, and that is why the Surrey Scorchers don't currently have him on the floor tonight. But you know, at the moment, they are playing relatively well without him.
Playing very well, and that's a lot due to Patty Wang, but also the supporting cast around him. Saquon Jamison has been good on the glass, not great. He has the offensive rebound. I don't even know if it got registered to him, but you know, everybody else is contributing. You see Jordan Routinho, that's an element that he has to his game as well. We talked about running guys like him and Quinn Cooper off the line. You see Cooper hitting the 3 there. But Jordan Routinho showing the ability when you run him off the line to get downhill and finish at the rim.
Well, to all of our fans currently watching the United States, one reference I'd like to make to Quinn Cooper, he's almost like the British Basketball League version of one former Keith Van Horn.
Keith Van Horn, you aging both of us right now, man. But I like the reference.
New Jersey Nets one, though, not Philadelphia 76ers.
What about the Dallas Mavericks, Keith Van Horn?
I'm keeping the Nets on this one, man.
You keeping the Nets one?
At least that one he played in the NBA Finals in 2002.
I hope Quinn Cooper and his family hear that, because that is an ultimate compliment right there. Keith Van Horn was today's NBA. I think Keith Van Horn is an all-star.
Well, we could get into a whole nother debate at halftime with a cup of coffee on that one. But, you know, of course, at the moment, Lloyd Gardner, you know, his team, a couple of times they've had a chance to make a double-digit lead, but you know, we did already touch base on this. They've had leads before. They've had leads last season. They've thrown games away. And, you know, for them, it's about finding that nucleus, coming together, finding that synergy to be able to run away with these victories.
Yeah, and some of that, again, has been due to injury. You haven't had Patty Wang, but you would expect guys like Andrew Lawrence, as we mentioned here, you have Andrew Lawrence and Patty in the game together now to kind of sustain some of that pressure. But, you know, one thing about them is they never go away, but you also have to, like you mentioned, learn to hang on to leads, and that's getting good shots every time down the floor. That's playing solid defense, and that's something that comes with time. They have a young team still, so they're learning how to win is a skill.
Sorry, unable to get the three-pointer in the corner from Mohammed. Sheffield looking to chip back in. Nichols fancies the mismatch. Well, it's going to be a backcourt violation, surely. Well, that's going to go back to the Sharks. Jalen Pipkins just unable to receive the pass. Yeah, going back to Andrew Lawrence, we talk about him being a 2012 GB Olympian at the London Olympics, but you know, he's currently the only player on the floor who has experience of playing against LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Anthony Davis, and the late, great Kobe Bryant, in which they had that scrimmage game up in Manchester in a pregame before the Olympics. That's quite a game to play in.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think he might be the only player in the British Basketball League with that experience. So that's invaluable, something I'm sure he cherished and probably will for his entire life.
Ramsey kicking out the Nichols. Nichols firing the three-pointer, cutting it down now to a three-point deficit.
Haven't heard a lot from Kipper Nichols tonight, but he's very capable of knocking down that three-point shot. Second in scoring on the Sharks at 12 a game, and he's kind of a stabilizing force for the Sharks.
6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Surrey just ahead, potentially by one possession. They'll struggle to get the ball inbound. They find Jordan Hunt. Hunt fakes the pass, goes in, putting a bit of Kiwi magic on that one.
Kiwi magic, the slow pass fake into the Euro. That was nice. Very skilled move from the 6'8" big man.
This is the mismatch that Kipper Nichols has got to go up against. Goes up, draws a foul. And, that's going to be tough here for Surrey because they can't leave Mohammed isolated defending Kipper Nichols one-on-one in the low block.
That's just a big boy move by Kipper Nichols. But if you're Mohammed, you have to be able to withstand that physicality. And, if you bring that double, Sheffield's going to keep going back to that. If you let Kipper Nichols get going, that could open up a lot of things. So Coach Gardner might have to go back to that 2-3 zone or find an adjustment for that.
We just saw there the 5 players on the floor here for the Sharks. Bennett Cook, the big man, will play center. Kipper Nichols currently playing the 3-stretch 4, while the backcourt made up of Jalen Pipkins, Devell Ramsey, and of course, Jordan Ratinho.
Kipper Nichols, another one of those guys for Sheffield, similar to Adekoya, who's kind of just a mismatch nightmare. He can step out to 3, he can guard 2, 3, 4.
Well, of course, currently now a 3-point ball game, 5:40 to go. Surrey just trying to break down the full court pressure. Ramsey trying to make life difficult here for Padilla Wang. Lawrence doesn't quite use the ball screen. Gotta get something going now. 4 here on the shot clock. Goes back door, got to go up with it. They got to call a foul. Oh, JT, I think that's maybe the right call, but just maybe a split second delayed.
Yeah, that's tough. Definitely the right call. I think Bennett Cook's arms kind of outstretched horizontally instead of vertically. Good defensive possession there by Sheffield. You hate to see that. I'm not sure if he fouled him before the shot clock. Tough angle there. Looked like he might have got it off, but as they say.
Well, Rasheed Wallace, before you say it, as he would say.
As Rasheed Wallace and my teammate Matt Morgan would also say, Rasheed Wallace. He doesn't call out ball doesn't lie. He just calls out Rasheed Wallace.
Four-point lead here to the Scorchers. Just over 5 minutes in the second quarter. Team's finding a bit of rhythm, and again, a bit of a bullet pass coming from Pipkins. 5:05 left. Lawrence being guarded by Jalen Pipkins. Trying to go that ball screen again with Jordan Hunt. Goes back to Lawrence. He's made 1-3, pulls up, and again, sinks it. Tough play there by Andrew Lawrence.
That's the way you relieve that pressure. You play a little get action. Get action when you throw it to the 5-man, then start cutting off of him. Jalen Pipkins fell asleep for just a second, and Andrew Lawrence uses his ability to run off the handoff and knock down a 3 when he goes under the screen.
We're going down low here to Mr. Liberty. Taking a few too many steps there, but now Cooper comes up with it. Probably could have got the ball ahead. Lawrence looking to attack. Nowhere to go here. Sheffield picking up the 7th turnover already of the night. Wang trying to isolate, finds Lawrence. Time winding down the shot clock. Juski pulls up, we got an ankle breaker, just can't finish it. But another offensive board here for Surrey, but a turnover.
Heck of a defensive possession by Devell Ramsey, and then the nice pass to Nichols. Oh, good block.
Oh my goodness, Kipper Nichols was about to commit a crime and take a body on that one. 3:55 to go here in the second quarter, and I think we could have had the second big highlight of the night, JT.
If he was about to commit a crime, Jordan Hunt might be the police, because that was a nice block.
Basel fans, we could take a short break. We will be back momentarily. Welcome back, Basel fans. And again, Kipper Nichols was about to put on the highlight reel, but JT, well, again, they called a foul here on Jordan Hunt. That looked like all ball to me.
That looked like a good block, but you love the aggressiveness from Nichols. I guess he got him there with the body a little bit, turned sideways. Jump A to B is what they call it. Got him with the ball, but got him down with the body. But you love the aggressiveness from both sides.
I mean, the reason that block was so big, Jordan Hunt looking like a bouncer in Auckland, just giving no entry into the nightclub there for Kipper Nichols. But, you know, it's the elevation on it. He elevated very high to meet him at the summit.
He did. It was an impressive defensive play. Do you have a preference one way or another there? Do you prefer the dunk or do you prefer the block?
I'm all about the highlight reel. It's got to be the throwdown for me. That's what gets the fans into the game. That's what gets us hyped up as well. But you got to give credit to the blocks as well. Hunt now trying to seek a little bit of a revenge now. Trying to post up here against Bennett Cook. Get a tough pass. He's going to go in for a little hook shot, but it's another turnover for the Scorchers.
A little bit of frustration there from Hunt. I think he wanted Steele to kind of slide up into his view and space the floor for him. But I think Hunt had an ability to kind of turn the corner and get a shot up.
Well, Surrey had another chance to make it double digits 2 plays ago. The Sharks, again, another opportunity to get back in. Bennett Cook just has a bit of butterfingers. I think that's now the 8th turnover of the evening here for the Sheffield Sharks.
See DeVereaux Ramsey take credit for that turnover, say my bad. That's one thing you love about DeVereaux, man. When I watch him, he is an absolute dog. Whether he's making shots, missing shots, his aggressiveness doesn't change. He's always on go, he's always on 10, and that's what you want out of your point guard and out of your leader.
Well, so all of our fans watching in the United States, DeVereaux Ramsey was teammates with Jason Tatum as an under-17 United States player. Back in the summer, I believe in 2014, when they played in Dubai, winning the under-17 FIBA World Championship. Ramsey, of course, also played with VJ King, a former British basketball player who you actually played against in the Euro Cup a few weeks ago.
Yep, VJ King. You know who else he played with? My guy, Miye Oni. Good friend growing up in the Los Angeles area. He's from South Central, about 10 minutes from USC. He actually won gold medal twice, U16 and U17. And so he's a bona fide winner. And like I said, I think you see that in just his qualities. He's relentless. He's always, you see the way him and Jalen Pipkins, quiet night for them offensively. 2 points each, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for DeVereaux. But they've changed the game on the defensive end. They picked up the pressure on Patty Wayne. They've forced Coach Gardner to bring Andrew Lawrence back in the game, maybe a little earlier than he wanted to. And they've really started picking up the intensity for Sheffield and shut Surrey down here in this second quarter.
Great work, guys. Well done. Come on, the Sharks.
Between here, hold a second. Pete, you're going to fire right through that gap off the Quinn. Okay, so Jordan Hunt will be here, all right? You can go right down the gap and listen for that. Quinn, once you've been there, you're popping this way. Josh, you can hit Jordan, you can come get it as well. Wait for Pete.
Of course, you know, Lloyd Gardner, it's all about structure. It's all about going through the motions and playing team basketball. You know, what do you think has been the key message in that timeout to his players?
You know, I think they've kind of stalled a little bit on offense, so it looks like with the baseline out of bounds, he wants to get something going towards the basket, potentially Patty Wayne going back downhill, or it looks like maybe even Quinn Cooper coming off of a stagger or something like that, or Josh Steele even, you know. It looks like maybe a back screen here and a pin out. Get Patty cut into the basket. There it is, Josh Steele, nice.
Again, not able to get this one. Nice move again by Jordan Hunt, but just not able to get the right touch.
It's a little more of that get action. Get action when you throw it off the 5, get cuts going off of him. A good read by Jordan Hunt as Cook stepped out on a handoff, which is a no-no, just missed the shot.
Ramsey looking to isolate. Got it by Josh Steele, a step back. Are you kidding me? DeVereaux Ramsey doesn't take many three-pointers, but when he does, checks and balances all counted for.
He is a tough shot maker, and that is a tough shot. And that is a great shot maker. They left him, got away with it.
Well, he tie the game up here. Ramsey looking to go coast to coast, goes up. Just can't finish. Quick pump fakes. Foul is going to be called on the ground. It's going to be the final team foul for Surrey to give away. But the speed and pace of this man, I mean, he's become the blur.
There's only one guy in this league that maybe compares to him with speed, downhill, and transition, and that is my guy, Matt Morgan. But you see what his aggressiveness does there. It collapses the defense. 3 guys around him, allows Bennett Cook, who does a great job of running with them, to get the offensive rebound.
Scorchers with no more fouls to give away. They will be sending the Sharks to the free throw line. Pipkins, you have to get going. Remember, he's one of the key players. You know, he's one of the key players that we've told the fans to look out for. But, you know, what's been the problem for him so far this evening?
You know, I don't know if it's a problem. I think he's doing a great job. Like we talked about, he's doing a great job on the defensive end, which sometimes is going to take away from your offense. Andrew Lawrence does a great job rejecting the screen. There's Patty Wang showing some of his athleticism.
Well, the king of South Sudan, but, you know, going back to Jalen Pipkins, you mentioned his good defense, but, you know, what are some ways offensively he can try to get into a rhythm here tonight? You
know, there it is right there. You know, Ramsey getting him open, getting shots. That's a good one. Doesn't drop for him, or does it?
Well, I have to see the replay of that because international basketball fans, or sorry, fans of the United States, and I want to see the replay because once the ball hits the rim and it's up, it's fair game. You can't knock it out.
Right.
But I don't know if that happened. Let's have a look here. Oh, yeah, that's the right call. Yep, touch the rim.
Cannot hit the rim there.
That's a bit of a... Yo, Teo Ogundenbe, one of the veteran players and one of the most reliable players. But again, that could be a costly error for them come the long run of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, that's one way to get Jalen Pipkins going. Even though the ball didn't go in, it's a made shot attempt, which is a confidence booster for any scorer.
Wang pump fakes again. Hunt couldn't find it. Another turnover here for the Scorchers, and now the Sharks. Another opportunity to try and retake the lead in this game.
I think you got to go back to your point. Go back to Jalen Pipkins here again. Him and DeVeryl Ramsey have such great chemistry. They came here together, came to Sheffield together towards the back half of last year. They get along great. I think talk to DeVeryl Ramsey. They want to see each other do well. So, you know, them playing off of each other is big. Pipkins checked out.
We'll try to go for another step back. Unable to convert this three-pointer with just over a minute to go here in the first half. Scorchers still leading by a slender 1 point. Lawrence penetrates, puts up a teardrop, and again, nobody falling in for an offensive rebound. Sharks, can they capitalize? Oh, they got a mismatch. Stewart's wide open in the corner, but they go to Bennett Cook. Big man pump face goes up, bit of contact. I don't know who the foul is going to be on. Is it against Teo Ogundenbe or is it against the big man from New Zealand, Jordan Hunt? Let's have a look at the replay.
That's a great recognition from Sheffield. Bennett Cook runs the floor, trailing the play. Notice he had Andrew Lawrence on a mismatch. Threw it back to Ramsey and dove into the basket, and the late switch there from Jordan Hunt allowed him to get the advantage inside. He's going to go to the free throw line. Not a great free throw shooter as he knocks the first one down.
It's very unorthodox shooting form because it's not a smooth motion, of course. He gets to the summit, and it's almost like a hesitation almost.
Yeah, a little bit of a hitch.
Well, there you said it. Inconsistency there for the big man, Bennett Cook, from the free throw line. But we're all tied up here at 43 apiece.
58% on the year. That's something you want to see improve for Coach Lyons because you want to have him in the game late and be able to throw it down to him on the block.
Lawrence unable to convert the three-pointer, but Surrey do get it back. 7 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Wayne got it by Jordan Martino. Wayne's got to get something going. Defense collapse on it, no foul calls. That's going to be a 24-second violation. Padilla Wang struggling down to the relentless defense by the Sheffield Sharks.
Great defense there by Jordan Martino. Definitely a mismatch there from Wang, but a great job by Martino moving his feet. And also Parker Stewart squeezing the floor there. The Sharks saw the mismatch, shrunk the floor, which means that they brought everybody in, made Patty Wang see multiple bodies. Forced him into a tough shot.
Well, timeout now here for Team Alliance. 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Probably try to draw us up one last final shot here in this game. Well, basketball fans, one of the big things you want to look out for this season is the British Basketball League Trophy. It's going to be split between the 10 teams, 2 groups that will be featuring between January the 4th up until the 21st. The Final Four will be held at the Utilita Arena in the city of Birmingham in the center of the United Kingdom. 2 groups of 5, they'll play each other 2 times. And again, we're gonna have an exciting Final Four. Jordan, I gotta tell you right now, am I gonna see you at the Final Four?
Oh, yeah, undoubtedly, yeah.
No,
yes,
let's be specific. Am I going to see you on the floor? You're going to be sitting with me up in the row, triple Z up in the top.
Come on, yeah, you know better than that. As long as I'm, you'll see the London Lions there. As long as I'm healthy, you know. Well,
oh, JT, I know if they're not playing there, you're not going to be sitting up with me up in the guards. You're going to be in the VIP section probably.
No, I'll come kick it with you, man. I'm a man of the people. I'm going to come kick it with you.
Well, JT, of course, a man of international basketball. Final 6 seconds now. Ramsey trying to push this one. DeVoe going behind the back. Puts up a teardrop from 18 feet. Can't get it. A big rebound there. Basel fans at the end of the first half. We're all locked in at 43 apiece. But Jordan, it's been an exciting game so far.
Exciting game and a great adjustment there by Coach Lyons. 29 first quarter points by Surrey, a large part to Patty Wayne. Great adjustment to kind of shrink the floor there in the second quarter. Only 14 second quarter points.
Basel fans, it is halftime. We're going to take a little break as we will be back momentarily. Welcome back, British Basketball League fans. Second half, yeah, not quite yet underway between the Sheffield Sharks and the Surrey Scorchers. It's been an exciting game at the moment. We're all locked in at 43 apiece. Well, hello to all of our fans currently watching on the British Basketball League YouTube, and to all of our fans currently watching in the United States of America. It's been an exciting game. And JT, we're going to have to take a look at the stats because, you know, rightfully so, this has been a crazy game so far, but both teams really going for it.
Yeah, and you know, high assist numbers on both sides. Both teams on pace to get 20 assists. Turnovers a little high for both teams. Is number 1, number 3 in the league in turnovers in terms of not turning the ball over. Total rebounds, no surprise there. Surrey kind of winning that battle. But, you know, it's kind of a tale of 2 quarters. Surrey started off quick, 29 first quarter points, only 14 in the second. A large part of that, a great adjustment by Coach Lyons in shutting down Patty Wang in that second quarter.
Well, fans, we want to take you right back to the first half as we are going to give you the story of the half between the Surrey Scorchers and the Sheffield Sharks. While Sheffield going right down low to the big ball. Both teams really trying to feed the ball to the post early on.
Yeah, that was a story early on, try and be physical. And then as the game went on, you kind of saw the guards get involved. For Surrey, it was more from the offensive standpoint. Andrew Lawrence, Patty Wang creating for their teammates. And for Sheffield, it was more defensively for DeVerl Ramsey and Jalen Pipkins. You saw Jordan Routinho get involved offensively. Quinn Cooper got involved, making 3 threes in the half. And Kipper Nichols got going as well for Sheffield a little bit.
Well, again, it's been good perimeter shooting so far from both these two teams. A combined total of 12 three-point field goals. And again, he looks at the moment, oh, that's a very stoic demeanor, but business as usual for Lloyd got it. But look at this play here. A very tough play pulling up in the mid-range.
A tough mid-range pull-up. What Sheffield does well, they don't take a lot of threes, but they are very efficient. They're 3rd in the league in three-point percentage. And Surrey, as we mentioned, the most three-pointers in the league. They are also efficient from behind the line, 6 of 13 on the half at 46%. So that was a pretty even battle. It's going to be interesting to see how the second half shakes out.
Well, as you mentioned, both teams going right back and forth at each other. But Quinn Hooper Cooper at the moment, I mean, 3 threes already. He's 3 for 4. They got to keep going to him.
Yeah, if you're Sheffield, you cannot let him get loose. That's what he does. As we mentioned, 54 of 62 shots coming into this game, 3-pointers. Can't give him any space.
Well, here's another tough step back by DeVell Ramsey. And again, they need to make sure they keep piling on the pressure. Sheffield Sharks, they have been phenomenal so far. Well, Basel fans, we're going to leave you again as we are under 10 minutes away from the second half. We're going to show you some of the best highlights from Week 8 here in the British Basel League. But also, I got to apologize to you, man. We got to go back to the big game. London Lions losing their first game on the road against the Plymouth City Patriots. Should we go get a cup of coffee?
No, I'm going to stick around and watch.
Enjoy these highlights, fans.
Sear it in my brain.
Johnson pulls up. Hail Mary 3. It's up, and it's good. Taylor Johnson, 5 points already here in the first 2 minutes. Solowade with a jab step. He tries a 3, and again, Mo Solowade, his jump shot, especially from the perimeter, just gets better and better. Faulkner putting on the pressure against Kaboza. Kaboza makes a beautiful pass, throws it up. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? That might be the play of the season. Got to go back to the pass coming from Mason Faulkner. We might have just seen magic in the form of a Plymouth City Patriots. They love the tempo of this game. Going behind the back. The 3-pointers up, and again, it's just raining 3-pointers. Kaboza wide open, can't get it. Johnson gets a rebound. Gotta keep this one alive. Finds Wiley. Oh, baby! Are you kidding me? Another turnover. Well, again, look out below. Fasten your seatbelt. Good night! Connects with it. Wiley Airlines, let's go on vacation.
He loves it, and the crowd love it.
Dante Grantham. There's a play you cannot leave wide open because he will make it. Mo Solowade with the cash. Plymouth again trying to go up above 20 points. Leading by 19. Atwood, he doesn't take many threes, but again, this time, no problem. Kieran Sandy. A couple of travels, man, could be called there. Kaboza with the dagger. Well, there's a turnover. Uday comes up with it. Kieran Sandy trying to finish this one. Goes in with the Eurostep. Gets rejected. Wiley says, you're not getting on the play. Now a deep 3 by Mason Faulkner. Good night, Plymouth. That is for you. End-to-end action.
Another turnover.
Another turnover now. They have numbers. Wiley could have gone for the alley-oop, but Mason Faulkner, no problem. Cash money. It's open tonight here on Sunday. Congratulations to Plymouth City Patriots. They win this one, 94-70, as they're no longer the unbeatable London Lions.
A little chip on his shoulder to show everybody what he's got, but there's that big spike that we talked about from Idowu.
London Lions just took it away with 3 quick 3-pointers and made it really tough. And look at the defense now as well.
Morgan going up, throwing it down with a bit of authority. But look at this defense coming from Morgan. Look at the bunnies going in and throwing it down. Nice little bump down the middle. Can't get it, gets his own rebound. Reverse slip. Are you kidding me?
throwing it up, throwing it down. Dale Bish says we ain't got no problem selling tickets in Newcastle.
Well, that pass didn't make it all the way past Jack. Hudson waiting for Jack on the trail with a two-handed flush.
So good in the open floor, aren't they?
Ramsey running it back through the Giants. Oh my goodness, what a follow from Bennett Cook. Wiley through the contact, the big jam, and he's got a free throw coming. Shot clock is off. Rideau needs to take his time here, don't go too soon. He drops it off to Wolf to get some points. Again, a hesitation. Oh, Pipkins goes up over the defense to hammer it home.
Faulkner putting on the pressure against Caboza. Caboza makes a beautiful pass, throws it up. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? That might be the play of the season. Got to go back to the pass coming from Mason Faulkner. We might have just seen magic in the form of a Plymouth City Patriots. Welcome back, Basel fans. Second half about to get away here between the Sheffield Sharks and the Surrey Scorchers, and currently it's 43 apiece. JT, these two teams firing back and forth, but you know, you get chosen ones, and in this case, it's the royal ones. 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. The King of South Sudan, he's been doing business as usual.
Yes, sir. He's been doing everything that we expected him to do, especially in that first quarter. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. got Surrey off to a great start. He's getting in the paint. He's finding his teammates. He's finishing at the basket. He's defending. He's getting steals. You see a tough finish there, strong finish. And on top of that, he's just been dynamic around the rim.
Well, defensively, of course, Surrey having to still try to break down the defense of the Sheffield Sharks. But the King, as we mentioned, 7 points, 4 rebounds. I mean, he's almost on triple-double numbers, but he's going to have to really work hard if he wants to get to that figure tonight. But I think for Surrey, they just want to take the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. But shout out to Sheffield there. You can't go without mentioning, as good as Patty Wang was in that first quarter, first half, DeVerl Ramsey and Jalen Pipkins did a great job, as well as Jordan Routinho at times did a great job of shrinking that floor. Early on, he saw a lot of driving lanes, not a lot of bodies. He was able to easily get downhill. Second quarter, Coach Lyons must have got on the guy, so they got to shrink the floor, especially he's the only guard out there. Started seeing more bodies, forced him into 3 turnovers in that second quarter. A lot of that is attributed to aggressive on-ball defense by that man, DeVerl Ramsey.
Well, it's interesting. The 2 top scorers in this game, Jordan Routinho and Quinn Cooper, both 9 points. Both have made 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, and you know, we knew it was going to be a 3-point barrage from Surrey. But as we mentioned, Sheffield is very efficient from that 3-point line, 3rd in the league from the 3-point percentage. You see a quick shot from Quinn Cooper, no good, but who else on the offensive glass? The rebounding king, as you said, the round mound to rebound, right?
Well, they definitely need him to come up with second chance points, as he just gets a first field goal here in the second half of the Scorchers. Cook now trying to make a move here in the post. Again, put up a wild one, unable to get this. Sharks come up again. Goes in, and again throws it down with no regard. Well, I think Jalen Pipkins may have heard what I said in the first half when I asked you, what does he need to go? Pipkins takes a body with him.
He saw a clear runway. And all funny, if you saw the camera work, great camera work right there, you saw Kipper Nichols almost giving him a nod of approval as you saw the runway clear and said, go ahead, young fella, take flight.
Well, Pipkins having no mercy there for the help side defense of the Surrey Scorchers. And we're all locked in at 45 apiece. Surrey now a few seconds. Wang kicks out. Muhammad wide open. Can he hit the 3? 3 is up and tucks that one away. 7th tray ball of the night here for the Scorchers.
Muhammad finding his stroke as of late from the 3-point line. He struggled all year. A great job by Patty Wang getting in the paint, kicking out to a shooter. But a great adjustment there by Coach Gardner, getting back to that get action, playing through the 5-man, taking some of that pressure off of Patty Wang to play off the dribble.
Oh, beautiful post move there coming from the big man, Bennett Cook. Looking like a baby Hakeem Olajuwon.
Beautiful move, baseline. This is almost just as much of a chess match between coaches as it is between players. See Coach Lyons starting the second half the way he started the first, going inside to his big fella.
Got a little bit of an ankle breaker. Cooper getting closed out by Routinho. Bit of contact goes in, but again, he just can't score with inside the rainbow. Sharks can retake the lead. Nichols, bit of contact, no problem finishing. Just over Josh Still.
If you're Sheffield and Coach Lyons, you love that defense from Jordan Routinho. Exactly what we talked about. Quinn Cooper had an inch of space. You run him off the 3-point line. You force him into a runner there. Much tougher shot for a guy like that. He can make it, but probably he's just not used to taking those shots. And you get out on the break with the road runner, DeVerl Ramsey, finding Kipper Nichols.
Well, interesting discussion there between our head referee and, of course, the team of Lions, but, you know, still a story to me. But, you know, what do you think has been the communication in that scenario?
You know, I'm not too sure, honestly. There's not much going on. Maybe potential. I didn't see if anybody touched the ball. Maybe a delay of game there. Or didn't quite see.
Still down the middle. Puts a little Fangirl. Can't get it. Gets some rebounds. Trying to put the moves on. Makes a tough pass. Another turnover. Probably wondered as well. Maybe he's thinking Kipper Nichols probably could have got an and-1 on that previous play.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I thought Kipper Nichols made a lot of the contact with the defender there, so I don't know if that was really a tough shot there.
Foul has been called. They're going to call this one on Muhammad.
Jalen Pipkins trying to get in his bag a little bit. Right hand, right leg floater. That's the work you see in the offseason, coming off the pin down from Cook. Good defense there. That would have been a tough finish. Pretty move.
Only great players can be that casual on the basketball floor and make it look that easy.
That is a fact. a lot of that's attributed to that athleticism and just the grace that he moves with, the balance. You need that to be able to make moves like that, and he has all of that.
Well, Nichols being defended by Bailey. That's going to go out of bounds. Now we'll go back to the Scorchers. Well, we may have an overturned decision. I think this, maybe. That's interesting.
Great officiating there. I think that definitely went off of Surrey there, last touch.
Well, of course, the big game is going to be on Friday night. Well, that's going to be tomorrow. Your London Lions are going to be traveling to the East Midlands to take on the rivals, Leicester Rise. Looking forward to that one.
Definitely looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. We had a lot of good battles with them. Went 5 or 6-0, I can't quite remember, and won the big one, but every game was competitive. You know, we got up 26 on them in one game. They came back and almost beat us in London last year, so that's a tough group. Kimball McKenzie, I love playing against him. He's a tough competitor, as well as you know, Coach Rob always has those guys ready to roll.
Well, Surrey Scorchers head coach Lloyd Gardner will be in the studio as the analyst commentator for that game. It's Bailey trying to get the little jump hook. Surrey at the moment can't buy a bucket inside the paint. Still goes in, getting away with the travel probably. Wang now. Again, no foul call. It's good defense by the Sharks.
Two supreme athletes going at it, Pipkins and Wang.
Pipkins pop fakes. Kicks out to Rotino. Good closeout defense by the Scorchers. Ramsey looking to throw this down here to Kipper Nichols. 5 here on the shot clock. Puts him a tough little jumper. Can't connect with it. That's good offense, but it's even better defense in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. The defensive intensity on both sides is picked up here to start this third quarter. You saw it from Surrey, you saw it from Sheffield there in the second quarter, but Surrey's kind of matching that intensity as Patty Wang will go to the bench early here. Probably good move by Coach Gardner, get him a rest. You see the adjustment by Coach Lyons. Jordan Rotino picking Patty Wang up 75 feet from the basket. Doesn't allow him to get a running start or get any momentum going downhill. And that's what we talked about, getting guys into their fourth quarter earlier. That's how you wear players down, especially a guy as talented as Patty Wang.
Well, Lawrence coming in to play point guard duties for the Scorchers. Looking to attack it, goes up. Foul is going to be called here against Jalen Pipkins. JT, I got to tell you, I'm inspired by the ruthless tenacity of this man Parkinson. I mean, he is fearless.
He is absolutely fearless, you know, coming right off the bench every time he gets in, attacking Jalen Pipkins, who's probably the best athlete on the floor. That is something that you love to see from Coach Gardner as he misses the free throw. But you know, one thing that you love as a teammate, when a guy comes in off the bench and has no fear and plays with tenacity, that's what you love it as well. As I mentioned, going back to picking up Patty Wang earlier, as a point guard, one thing you hate is when you turn around and you see someone in your shorts, as you see Parkinson here in DeVerl Ramsey's shorts. That's something you hate as a point guard. That's just something that tires you down and wears you out throughout the game.
He's missed 3 free throws here tonight. He does have 6 points. Surrey almost coming up with a steal. Ramsey going down the middle. He's pulling up for a tough mid-range. And again, tough as it gets by Jalen Pipkins.
It's a tough one dribble. We talked about last time we got to watch him. He loves Kobe, and that was Kobe-esque right there. He has a knack for getting going in the second half, and he's off to a good start here.
Well, another tough play there by Josh Steele. Probably made a bit of contact, but cutting it down at 1-point deficit. 5:16 to go here in the third quarter. Sheffield currently just above 50% from the field this evening. Sorry, not too bad, above 40% themselves, but Ramsey just toying with the defense.
Not want to see it. That's a pretty move from DeVerl Ramsey. Sheffield continues with the intensity on defense.
3-point lead to the Sharks. Jameson almost getting his pocket pick in, throwing a bad pass there to Josh Steele. Sharks looking to counterattack. Pipkins goes baseline. Good hands by Andrew Lawrence. Going to be a baseline ball with 4:38 to go here. Sheffield leading 53-50 against the Scorchers. Basel fans, timeout coming. We'll be back momentarily. DeVille Ramsey, and again, you made a nice little comparison about him tonight on some of the moves, but this right here, I think you said, what was it, LeBron James-esque?
LeBron James, a little crab dribble there, going back to his left with the tough floater. I kind of had a lot of different components of different NBA stars, but DeVille Ramsey's been really, really good tonight. 6 assists to 0 turnovers, 3 rebounds, only 7 points, but his defensive tenacity and his aggressiveness has been leading the way for the Sharks.
Finds Adekoya. It's got to be a charge, surely. Good defense by Bailey. Get JT, just tell the fans how hard that is to come over, keep yourself outside the restricted zone, and to initiate the contact.
That is a very difficult play. It looked like his heel might have been on that restricted area, so he might have got away with one. Supposed to be able to give Adekoya a step there, but a really heads-up play there by Bailey to come over and take the contact, and especially from someone the size of Adekoya. Nobody wants to get in his way.
Surrey now trailing by 3. Again, you mentioned when we spoke briefly that this is a dangerous time here for the Scorchers. Again, no foul called again, but Adekoya may have got a good touch on that.
Definitely got away with a foul there. You kind of saw the trajectory of the ball. Yes, definitely danger time here for Surrey. Their bench is thinned without Cameron Gooden, without Justin Robinson, and also Sheffield just can wear them down with their aggressiveness and their physicality.
Adekoya finishing in and around 2 players. Big man coming alive. Oh, Surrey. Maybe a little bit overzealous on that decision, but I think you can see infuriated. They got to get the king of South Sudan coming back in.
Yeah, quick break for Patty Wang, and Coach Gardner decides he's seen enough. Got to get him back in the game. 12 turnovers for Surrey already, only 14 on the season as an average. That's 3rd in the league. 3rd lowest in the league, so they've got to get that under control. Again, something you kind of expected when you're missing 2 point guards, but you know, Patty Wang's done a great job, and they have to continue to take care of the ball and get good looks at the rim every time down the floor to stay in this game.
We'll see. Short rotation for Surrey tonight, as we mentioned, the absence of Justin Robson. Oh, Lawrence pulls up and it gets something out of nothing. Should he be going to the charity stripe for a 4-point play?
No, I don't think he got fouled, but talk about a thin bench. That's an answer. A vet like that coming off the bench, providing the spark that he has for them.
8 3-pointer of the night here for the Scorchers. Adekoya pick and pop in the mid-range, unable to convert. Andrew Lawrence does have 3 threes here tonight. Hawkinson nowhere to go. Tough play count finish. Hunt goes in with a tip back. A bit of Kiwi magic for the big man.
That was actually a great play by Parkinson. Could have traveled there, could have got his shot block. He did the right thing. He got the ball on the rim and gave Jordan Hunt a chance to get the offensive rebound, which we know is what Surrey does really well.
White went in for the block. Pipkins went in for the follow-up, and again, it's a 2-point lead here to the Sharks.
Can't allow that to happen if you're Surrey. You can't allow a scorer like Jalen Pipkins to get the buckets that he's getting. An easy dunk down the lane, an easy putback. That's how he gets into rhythm.
Bailey fires a 3 at the corner, giving Surrey a 1-point lead. Make it now 9 triples here for the hot Scorchers.
Great pass by Patty Wang. He's done a great job since they started putting pressure of playing off the catch rather than off the dribble. It's much easier as a guard. Great pass there by Kipper Nichols to Idle Rock. Great back cut. It's much easier to play off the catch as a guard rather than off the dribble when you have someone in your shorts. You save energy that way. You know, when you're playing off the dribble, you got to change directions and all that. It's just easier to take the ball.
Well, how many times have we seen backdoor plays from the Sheffield Sharks? I mean, Surrey, as good as they've been tonight, a few times they have fallen asleep on the defense.
Surrey does fall asleep, but that's what you have. When you have guys like Kipper Nichols and Jabril Adekoya who can step away from the basket and it's a mismatch and you have a bigger player on them, you kind of, your tendency is to help. You suck in on the defense and you lose your man on offense, allows you to cut back door and get to the rim.
Lawrence being heavily guarded by Stewart. Cooper straight off the bench, a 3 is up, just can't get it.
Sheffield got away with one. That is, for a 3-point shooter, what we call a layup for Quinn Cooper. Just a lucky break there for Sheffield.
27 bench points coming for the Scorchers. Well, get out of here. Bailey just said, not in your house. Rejected. What a defensive play by the Canadian.
27 bench points from the Surrey Scorchers. 17 of those from Jordan Hunt and Andrew Lawrence. That's one way to answer a thin bench and missing your 2 starting guards in Justin Robinson and Cameron Gooden.
Final seconds now. Pipkins hesitates, goes up, smooth move, making it look easy. Tough play by Jalen Pipkins. That's crisp.
That was crazy. I don't have much to say for that. He's in a rhythm now. That's kind of Surrey's fault. They let him get going. A tough shot there by Patty Wang.
Cooper fighting for the offensive board. Sheffield keeping him off this one. Leading by 3 points. Trying to bully his way to the basket. Goes up, can't finish it.
Tough move there by Parker Stewart. If you're in Sheffield, you tough foul there by RJ Idle Rock.
Well, 59.5 seconds here in the third quarter. That's the last team foul to give. Jalen Pipkins now, I think he may have heard me in the first half.
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, we saw this the last time these two teams matched up. Slow start, slow first 2.5 quarters. Third, fourth quarter, he heated up. Just kind of took over the game. You're seeing a little deja vu for Surrey right here. They're going to have to find a way to get that under control.
On getting a handoff here with Lawrence. Kicks out, finds Cooper. 3 is up in the corner. It's up, but again, no good. Gets some rebound. Mike looking to attack. Goes in and around, draws a contact. And he will go to the charity stripe. It's on Jalen Pipkins.
Great job by Patty Wang getting downhill. Not shooting great, but he's been relentless attacking the rim, which is what you need. And again, that get action. Andrew Lawrence plays through the big man, pitch to him, get the handoff, get downhill. It's a much easier way against an aggressive defense. Quinn Cooper struggling a little bit in the second half, but Sheffield getting lucky with the misses.
He's now 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And now currently 2 points away from a potential triple-double. We haven't had one of those this season. Again, I got to ask you this question. Go back to the game in Newcastle. I think it was either 1 rebound that Gabe Olasheni needed to get a triple-double, and they subbed him out of the game.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a clerical error there from our coaches. I know Coach Bozic felt a little bad. I don't think he knew Gabe had.
Oh, we reminded him, that's why.
Yeah, that's our bad. We didn't remind him, but we told Gabe the way he passes the ball, man, he'll have another chance to get it. But yeah, a really impressive game by him and by our team. Over 30 assists that game. It was a fun game to sit on the bench and watch for me, as I didn't get to play.
Well, Bennett Cook securing the big offensive rebound. Idle Rock looking to isolate. Well, steps back, goes for a deep 3, just can't connect. Scorchers can't get the last shot here in the third quarter. Lawrence draws a foul. That's a clever play by Andrew Lawrence, because now he will go to the free throw line and a chance to tie this one up. We could be all locked up again here at the end of the third quarter.
Very clever play, veteran play there by Andrew Lawrence. Saw the game clock was winding down, wanted to get 1 shot. Was aggressive to attack the rim, and he'll go to the line for 2. And tally up some more bench points for Surrey.
Well, Andrew Lawrence, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, son of the great Ronaldo Lawrence. After leaving Appalachian State, his father played professionally in Argentina and South America, then came to play in the UK. And at one point had the record for most points ever in a professional game prior to the league being known as the British Basketball League. I think he had 74 at that point.
74.
I think that's good. I'd have to check that one out, but I only know this because I used to play with Andrew when we were kids, and Ronaldo told me the story one day. I thought, no way you scored 74 points. I never questioned him again after that, as we ran a few suicides.
That's a heck of a pedigree. I don't think it gets talked about enough, the advantage of having a dad or mom.
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there.
Professional sports
Don't
player.
go there, please.
That's the advantage that you have.
Well, Pipkins pulled up for a Hail Mary 3-pointer. Going off the backboard. Basel fans, we're all locked in at 61 apiece. And JT, this could go down to the wire.
Well, you called it. You said before the game, these two teams normally go down to the wire, so I expect it.
Basel fans, we can take a short break. We'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, British Basketball League fans. The Team Alliance, what do you think is going through his mind right now, knowing that his team all locked up here against the Surrey Scorchers?
You know, I think he's calm. I think he expected this. He talked about it being a close game before the game started. In his interview with you as another backdoor cut. But you know, this chess match between coaches has been great. As you see, a great design there. You notice that Surrey's being a little aggressive. Get the backdoor for Parker Stewart. We've seen all type of adjustments. The get game from Surrey, the ratcheting up of the pressure from Sheffield, the 2-3 zone from Surrey. So I look forward to this fourth quarter and the continued matchup between coaches.
Well, Hunt hasn't taken a three tonight. Goes for this one. It's on target, but unable to connect. Sharks with a 2-point lead. Surrey tonight currently 9 for 20 from the perimeter. Stewart trying to go down the middle. It's a tough one. A simple kiss off the backboard there by Stewart.
2 quick buckets from Parker Stewart. Again, 19 in his last game. Sheffield had 34 bench points in their last game. Parker Stewart trying to get that going again, as that has been the difference so far for Surrey.
They've called an illegal screen here against Jordan Hunt, and at the moment, I mean, he's working hard, but he's just struggling to find the momentum and sink into the tempo of this game here at the moment.
You know, that's always one.
No, sorry.
That's a tough one. As a guard, I've always felt bad for bigs for that, because I've done that myself, where you kind of kick the leg out of the big and make it look like they're moving. But I think that was more of a defensive foul there.
What else is he supposed to do there? I don't think he's moved. Like,
he didn't move. He took his leg out and made it look like an awkward collision. Anytime you see that awkward collision, the ref generally gives it to the guard.
Can there be a momentum changer? Again, there it is. 6-point lead here to the Sheffield Sharks. Surrey's got to fight through the pressure now.
Tough call there for Surrey. Tough finish there by Bennett Cook. Expect Coach Gardner to come back with Patty Wang pretty quickly here.
Well, Surrey at the moment just need to ride the storm, but they don't have a lot of time. This is the fourth quarter. Still looking to penetrate. 10 here on the shot clock. Finds big man, goes underneath to Bailey. Nice, beautiful build up there by the Scorchers.
Big to big passing is something that is a lost art in the game somewhat. Now you see a lot of threes, especially with Surrey. They spread the floor. Great feel there by Jordan Hunt to find his fellow big man Bailey. Great spacing by Bailey.
A tough shot there by Stewart, but again, you got to credit Cooper trying to fight in and around the ball screen. Go back to what you said, the little high-low motion. You do see a lot of the zone defenses. Lawrence pulls up, can't get his 4th three-pointer. Foul has been committed. I think Ramsey, JT probably could have got the ball there to Bennett Cook. He would have been wide open.
Well, he was open. Ramsey pushing the tempo, putting pressure on sometimes. Smaller guards, you miss them. But also a great foul there by Bailey, and their foul goes to Cooper, but Bailey and Cooper kind of a accidental double team. Hindered his vision.
Ramsey trying to isolate here. Got it by Josh Still. Going nowhere. Able to secure the ball back. They do have under 10 on the shot clock. Stewart got it by Cooper. Goes up. The question is, was the foul on the ground? Is it a shooting foul?
Should be a shooting foul. Looked like he picked the ball up.
Yep.
DeVille Ramsey there. I'm sure happy for his teammate that he got the foul, but also wondering why he couldn't get the same call.
Well, so far been a big impact player here for the Sharks in the fourth quarter. 5 points so far here in the fourth.
Parker Stewart up to 7 points. All right, 7 points here.
Yeah, I believe so. No, I think he's up to 8 now, yeah.
8 points here. He's pacing the way for Sheffield. Him and R.J. Eidelrock are luxuries for Coach Lyons to have as scorers. I know Eidelrock started tonight, but normally off the bench.
Again, the physical defense coming from, it's going to go out of bounds. Another turnover, but you got to credit this hungry, tenacious, relentless, and just physical defense by the Sheffield Sharks.
29 first quarter points from Surrey, only 34 points since. You see Parkinson checking back in, trying to contribute more to that. The bench points from Surrey, even with the thin bench, he and Andrew Lawrence have been great.
Tito goes up, and again, now it's an 8-point ball game. And Roy Gardner, I think he's got to call timeout because his team this is the wrong time to be, trailing at such an important moment.
Yeah, tough situation for him here. He's trying to stagger Patty Wang and Andrew Lawrence because you can't have both of them off the floor. I think he would prefer to have both of them on the floor, but obviously they both need to rest. So hopefully for Coach Gardner, I think you're thinking I think you're just trying to weather the storm and get those two back on the floor to handle the pressure. As you see Parker Stewart getting downhill, pacing the way for Sheffield. Bennett Cook finishing through contact there, and it's been all Sheffield here to start the fourth.
Again, Lloyd Gardner probably just needs to calm down the troops. And they have a lot of time, but they just need to find that rhythm and momentum.
This guy has been with the Sharks for decades. He's a life vice president in the Sharks, and he is Mr. Graham Moore. Please stand up, please, Mr. Moore. Go on. Goes a long way. Thank you. Absolutely legend, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, JT, you saw the timeout there from Lloyd Gardner. Again, I'm just listening to what he's saying and trying to drop it. Almost seems like they're trying to drop another perimeter play here.
Yeah, I think he's going to draw something up to get that get action again. Play through Jordan Hunt, get Patty Wang going downhill, spread the floor, and allow Patty to make a play while relieving some of that pressure at the same time. That's been working for Coach Gardner all night long.
Lloyd Gardner, as we mentioned, a former player in the British Basketball League with two former teams, giants of the league in the late 90s, early 2000s, from the London Towers and London Leopards. Spent a lot of his coaching career with Barking Abbey, one of the biggest development academies here in the United Kingdom. Wang nowhere to go. Again, Scorchers need to free up here, get open. 4 seconds now for Padilla Wang. Again, another turnover. Surrey just choking here at the moment. Stu left wide open, pump fakes. Surrey's transition defense just preventing a quick basket here for the Sharks.
That's exactly what Surrey went to on offense, was that get action, a little stagger away, get action.
Deep step back coming from Devel. Ramsey, punishment coming from the team from Yorkshire. 7-0 run now for the Sheffield Sharks.
Earl Ramsey is almost a little bit of, when Luka gets to start hitting that step back three, he's almost unguardable. When Earl Ramsey's hitting his step back, he's really tough to deal with.
That's quite a comparison you made there. I think that is probably the best accolade any player has received in the British Basketball League. You have just yes, this is Luke-esque, if you want to call it Slovenian, if you want to say. Deverl Ramsey's got to be very chuffed to know he was compared to the great Luka Doncic.
Yeah, well, Deverl Ramsey's a great player. He's a tough shot maker. And, like I said, he's so fast and so dynamic when he gets in the paint and he's attacking. When he's hitting that step back, it's tough. I've been on the receiving end of that step back. He hit one on me last year in London, gave me a smack on the butt after. I was a little offended, but also, when someone makes a tough shot, you just gotta tip your hat and tell him do it again. And, he's very fun to compete against.
Well, another foul was called. I think it was called on Stewart for a slight push-off. And Sharks making this very tough here for the Scorchers. Nowhere to go now. Gotta get the shot off. Deep three from no man's land. So he come up with an offensive rebound. Going to call an offensive foul. Well, Hunt has had a very tough night. I have to see the replay of this one. He did get the wrong end of a call on the movement screen. But did they get this one right? Let's have a look at the replay. No comment.
Jordan Hunt on the tough end, 2 calls, both involving Nixon. I don't know, that one, he spun back into him. Nixon kind of falls. Smart play by Nixon, hats off to him. Again, you see those awkward collisions between big and small. A lot of times it's gonna go to that guard.
Well, Lawrence putting his hand to cookie job, but look at the hustle here from Stewart getting on the ground. It's gonna be a jump ball call, surely.
Definitely a jump ball call there. Great hustle by both teams. Getting a little chippy down there.
Yeah, jump ball score, so it's gonna go back to Surrey. Well, 5:29 to go. Sheffield leading by 11 points at the moment. Surrey in desperate need of some inspiration here in the fourth quarter.
Inspiration hopefully comes in the form of Andrew Lawrence and Patty Wang back on the floor together. Deverl Ramsey is relentless. 5 minutes in the fourth, and he's still picking up 94 feet.
Surrey's only had one field goal here in the fourth, and again, another turnover. Wang just failing to take care of the rock.
Ramsey's defensive pressure has really turned this game, starting from the second quarter. That's tough to deal with.
Pump fake by Ramsey, and now put it on the mid-range. This guy simply, well, Professor DeVell Ramsey, class is dismissed.
Hey, Earl Ramsey with a mean step-back shot fake. That's a tough shot. There's nothing you can do with that. As a guard, you can't guard that. He can get that shot anytime he wants. It's a make-or-miss shot, and he made it there.
Well, at the moment, it's become a calamity here for the Scorchers. We've played over halfway here in the fourth quarter. One field goal. Stewart, corner three, it's up. Can't connect.
Jordan Hunt on the tough end of some officiating tonight.
He's not going to be a happy bunny when he goes back to visit Auckland and tell his family, well, I think maybe he got away with that one there. Hunt looking for a post-up. Finds Lawrence, goes in, and that's on the second field goal for the Surrey Scorchers. Now 11-point ball game with 4:14 to go. Basel fans, we are going to take a short break, and we will be back momentarily. Welcome back, Basel fans. Currently, Sheffield Sharks leading by 11 points, but a lot of it's been down to this man's relentless defensive nature here tonight. JT, he has been phenomenal.
You know, we talked about in the first half, for him, it was all defense. You know, they set the tone in the second quarter after a big first quarter from Surrey, picking up 94 feet. He's continued that defensive pressure here all the way into the second half, but now he's been making every big shot here late for the Sheffield Sharks.
Sorry, no more fouls to give. Ramsey got by Lawrence. Goes out of Adekoya. Doesn't take many three-pointers. Can't get it.
DeVell Ramsey finds Adekoya, almost gets the offensive rebound and picks up whoever gets the ball in full court.
Lawrence goes up, does get the at-one, but he'll go to the charity stripe. A chance to cut this down to single digits.
Still plenty of time here for Surrey. It's an 11-point game, going to the free throw line. Lawrence is a good free throw shooter. You can cut it to 9. That's what they have to get back to. They push the tempo, get the ball moving, attacking closeouts. That's how you beat pressure. When you're a physical team like that, too much. So throughout this game, too many times have they tried to attack off the dribble, put pressure on Patty. It's a tough position for Patty Wing to be in, not a natural point guard. He's done an outstanding job tonight. Get that ball moving and get to the free throw line.
Again, a phenomenal professional. Andrew Lawrence started his pro career in Croatia for KK Zadar. Professionally in France's Pro LMB and also in the ACB in Spain. Missed the second one. But don't want to pick up a foul here. Don't want to send him to the free throw line. A 10-point ball game with just over 3:30 to go.
Expect Sheffield to go with this empty side ball screen. They love this play. Coach Lyons loves this play late in the game. That's what we call a Euro action. An empty side wing ball screen and do a high ball screen there with Nichols and Ramsey.
Another turnover. That's going to be another foul. It's going to be the final team foul for Sheffield to give here in the fourth quarter. Well, going back to what you were just explaining to the fans, just dive into that, of course, because the fans who aren't necessarily accustomed to international hoops, just run us through that one again, JT.
Yeah, what we call Euro action or Euro motion is generally an empty side ball screen out of any action, whether you throw it ahead in transition. It's generally a 2-man and a 4-man. Empty side ball screen off the wing. You play that, see what happens, and if you have nothing there, throw it back to the top, and then you have a top ball screen with a point guard or a guard and another big coming in. What it does is try to open one side to get a layup, as you see Surrey doing it right there, and you get the lob to Hunt. Every Euro team has it in their playbook, and if that doesn't work, you throw it back to the top, and you get a ball screen with 2 guys on the back side and try and get the defense to collapse to a shooter or have them occupied from the first ball screen.
Last 90 seconds, it's been a 5-0 run here for the Scorchers. Sheffield just need to find a bit of momentum. Now here's the guy to go to, Ramsey, deep 3. Can't get it. Scorchers just slowly building a bit of confidence. Lang looking to attack here. Lang caught in trouble, goes up, counted! The King is going to the free throw line for the 3-point play. Surrey not done yet, JT.
They are not done, and that's what we talked about. You talked about they give up leads, and we also talked about they do not quit. These guys do not go away. They will fight till the end. That is an extension of their coach, Coach Lloyd Gardner, and a great downhill drive there from Patty Wang. I know he's got to be exhausted, but inspiring to see him continue to press on.
Well, chance to make this a 5-point deficit. Sorry, no more fouls to give. Sheffield's already put them in the penalty. Gotta make the free throw.
Tough shooting night for Patty Wang, but that's to be expected. And that's when you play point guard, you have to do a little bit of everything. The first thing that goes is your legs. So he's done a great job. He's got 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 10 points, but he's really led the Surrey Scorchers in a great way tonight. See him switching on defense here too, guarding the bigger Kipper Nichols.
Trying to post up here against Wang. Another turnover. Surrey now looking to extend. Wang thought about going for the 3-point again. Now it's a 4-point ball game.
Wang going late. A tough left-handed finish, a 9-0 run.
This was a 13-point deficit. Again, Surrey just don't know when it's over.
They don't know when to quit. You called it. You said Surrey was going to win this game. I wasn't so sure about 2 minutes ago, but they're looking in a great position to make a run here. They turned up the defensive pressure. They're getting downhill. They're getting the ball moving, and they're kind of switching the script on Sheffield late.
Offensively, I really like Gates of Fire. But Andrew here in the corner, Josh Still, you got to get there quick. What's going to happen? When Jordan plays with Andrew here, your man's going to start really coming over. Andrew, when you get there, you'll have Josh as well.
Community College. Oscar Dennison celebrates his 8th birthday on the 13th.
Yeah, we talk about one of the players who has turned this game around here for the Scorchers, the King of South Sudan. That's Mamba-like.
We talked about some of that functional strength that he has going through a defender, and there he's kind of going around the defender. A little dipsy-do going to the offhand with the left. I don't think people really understand how tough that is to hang in the air and get it up on the glass.
Yeah, what Surrey need now, another stop. But Sheffield, all they need is one bucket just to calm the nerves down and try to silence this comeback.
Right there, Coach Gardner drawing something up in the huddle. Looks like some more action playing through the 5, and again, that is how you relieve pressure. You play through your 5-man. Typically, teams are not going to have their 5 men defensively come up in pressure. You get the ball to the 5, and then you cut off of him. It looks like they're going to have a little backdoor action off it with Steele, getting the ball to Lawrence on the weak side.
Well, what a rejection. Surrey now a chance to make this a 1-possession game. I thought it was a gamble there. They went to a 2-3 zone, but looks like it may pay off. Wang finds Steele. Good hands. Wang comes up with it.
Patty Wang broke the play there and got downhill and made a great play. Good hands there by Sheffield.
A few seconds now. Wang finds Still. Big 3. It's up. Oh, baby! Are you kidding me? 1-point ball game. The man of Steel. He has delivered. What a game this is becoming, JT. 12-0 run for the Surrey Scorchers.
12-0 run over the last 3 minutes. Josh Steele gets the ball knocked away from him. Patty Wang stays with it, and a big-time 3 over an outstretched hand from Sheffield.
Well, Papa There goes that man, Josh Steele. Big time three-pointer. A slight delay in game at the moment. Well, he's got to be thinking, where has this all gone wrong? And I got to tell you, it's all been down to one man, the king of South Sudan. He has inspired this Surrey comeback.
He has a second win here late in the fourth.
12-0 run for the Scorchers. They don't want to commit a foul now. Same time now for Sheffield. Ramsey kicking out the Pipkins. Finds the big man, just can't finish it. Well, they almost came up with it again, but Surrey just can't come up with a loose ball. Ramsey penetrates. Foul has been committed, so it's going to be 2 free throws coming up for Devell Ramsey.
Not a good foul there by Patty Wing. Late in the shot clock off the offensive rebound. That's a tired foul, though. You know, he's given everything he's got out there. Devell Ramsey is fast, got by him, and you know, that was just one of those fouls where you're just exhausted and you don't want to give up the layup, so you reach around and you grab.
Well, big free throws here for Devell Ramsey. Has to hold his nerve here. Getting the first one. If he makes both of them, it's not the end of the world. But, you know, one thing I'm slightly concerned about, JT, sorry for me, a lot of this comeback has come in the open court, getting things off turnovers, missed shots. Surrey do look a little bit nervy in the half-court sets.
They do, but I think this is where you go to what Coach Gardner drew up. I think you're going to see them playing through Jordan Hunt out of that high post with a little backdoor action with Steele on the opposite side, and then play through Lawrence coming out of that corner. It's going to be pick and pop here with Jordan Hunt. Throw the ball back to him, cut out from Steele. There it is.
Ooh, again, there you go. Hunt just turning it over. Composure of Surrey Scorchers, and again, it could have been different had they come up with the loose ball off the miss attempt from Bennett Cook in the post.
Yeah, you got to get that offensive rebound, but that's something that, you know, it's a learning experience. If you're Coach Gardner and if you're Andrew Lawrence, you heard Andrew Lawrence in the huddle talk about, Jordan, I might go back door if I can. Jordan Hunt kind of predetermined what he was going to do with the action and threw the ball before Lawrence was ready. He faked his backdoor cut and just a miscommunication there.
Still a bit of time here for the Scorchers, 48.1, but they got to get something quick on this next offense. Well, big play coming up. Rotino's just got to make these free throws. Oh, I missed it. 4-point deficit. Surrey with plenty of time now, but they got to get something. They got to take care of the ball. Right down the middle. Finds Lawrence. Finds Still. Another big three. Puts it up. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? Give this man some credit. 2 big three-pointers. Ice cold in the veins.
Steele.
No need to foul here, though.
Not worried about the moment at all.
Surrey need to stop. No need to reach. Just come up with a stop it. Sheffield scored. Still a 3-point ball game. Ramsey off one screen. Mid-range. Pulls up. Can't get it. Another offensive board here for the shot. Well, they got a foul now.
Now you have to foul. That's tough. That's tough. Win the rebounding battle. All game long, the last 2 possessions, you give up 2 offensive rebounds. Sheffield giving Surrey a bit of their own medicine. But you got to go make the free throws. So if you're Coach Gardner, you got to make sure that you put in a lineup here that can get the rebound, as well as one that can get you a bucket. Because in international basketball, for the United States fans, you cannot call timeout if the ball is in play.
That's 2 times Surrey. Had they just come up with the loose balls, this game could have gone in their favor. Well, I mean, it still could be, of course, but that's got to be a frustrating thing there for Lloyd Gardner and his players, because they have been phenomenal to get where they are now. They were down by 13 with under 4 minutes to go.
Down by 13 with under 4 minutes to go. When you fight that hard to get back in the game, sometimes it takes a lot out of you and you have those little mental lapses.
There we go. Come on now. Let me hear ya.
Well, again, the man of Still. 2 big three-pointers, giving Surrey a chance. If destiny is on the side of the Scorchers. Surely it's come in the face of Josh Stiltite. Big time shots from that man.
Big time shots, and he didn't even touch the rim with those shots. He was ready for those moments. He's probably one of those kids that was practicing in his backyard, the 3-2-1 situations. That's impressive. Step up, no fear. Knock those shots down. Hasn't had much of a rhythm, only 2 points before that. 1 for 4 before those 2 shots. A lot of courage from him right there.
Again, Sheffield just need to make the free throws count, make them both. And then Surrey's got to take it into overtime. Tonight they've missed 5 free throws. Kipper Nichols currently at the charity stripe for the Sheffield Sharks. He hasn't missed a free throw here this evening.
If he misses one, I think if you're Surrey, do you play for the win?
I think you got to go to it. Makes the first one.
Interesting decision here by Coach Lyons. Doesn't put anybody in for the rebound. I'm sure he doesn't want to foul or risk a foul there. Two three-point shooters out there for Coach Gardner. Imagine both of them will be in the action. Maybe a flare here.
Surrey's got to go for the 3. Finding Hunt. Still curling. 2 big threes. It's up, doesn't get it. Sheffield Sharks, they escape with a big victory, 81-78 against the Surrey Scorchers. A team of Lions, his team hold on. What a game we had here tonight, Jordan Taylor.
Amazing game, amazing game. You said it. Every single time these two teams get together, it's a close game, and this one did not disappoint. Player of the game is definitely Deverl Ramsey. He left everything out there tonight for Sheffield Sharks. A huge game for him. He made the big shots when it counted. Slow start offensively in the first half. Finished 14 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds, 0 turnovers. And he applied defensive pressure all night long for the Sheffield Sharks.
Well, Deverl Ramsey, as you mentioned, definitely your player of the game. He was phenomenal here this. I mean, only 3 assists short of a triple-double, but defensively, as you mentioned, that was the key thing. He was relentless.
He was relentless. 3 steals as well. We didn't get into that. But one thing he did was he took Patty Wang out of his rhythm after he started off so strong, and Patty did a great job at responding. But Deverl Ramsey, you saw him trying to get offensive rebounds, picking up guys 94 feet, and just doing everything that a leader's supposed to do for Sheffield. But also shout out to Jalen Pipkins. That backcourt together, 27 combined points, and they were the difference both defensively and offensively for the Sheffield Sharks.
You know what I said before the game, they will win this one. And you know, one thing I'm noticing, this team, they are building more continuity. They're building that synergy. I think at some point they are going to go on a run this season and probably become maybe a playoff contender.
I think so, and I think one thing that stands out, 5 guys in double figures, then you get Patrick Stewart with 8, 14, 13, 11, 12, 11. RJ Idlerock with 5, Patrick Stewart with 8. So the balance that they have and that they're building is great.
Basel fans, we're going to meet with the player of the game, Deverl Ramsey. Well, first of all, Deverl, thank you for joining us, and a fantastic win for you and your team. But one thing I want to ask you is, what is going through your mind when you're giving relentless full-court man-to-man defense on any player you're up against?
I just try to bring the energy for our team. You know, Coach emphasizes defense, and for me, I can be that guy, get it going from the beginning of the game to the end of the game for us, and I take pride in it, you know.
Deverl, what's up, man? Jordan here. You were amazing tonight, man, defensively and offensively. We talked before the game about you being aggressive at all times. And I thought, you know, you set the tone, a slow offensive start, not even slow, you just weren't shooting much, but you really turned the game around by pressuring Patty there. And how did you manage to approach this game and get in the win for your team?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just try to pick my spots the right way, try to get everybody going early, you know what I mean? We got great guys around me, you know, Ben and Cook, Pip, you know, Kip, JR, all these guys that can really go. So when they get going, it makes my life easier. You know, I can get myself going, and I just try to, you know, lead by example.
Deverl, I want to bring a bit of nostalgia back to you. Almost 10 years ago, my father was commentating at the FIBA Under-17 World Championship when you played for Team USA. Now I'm getting the privilege of commentating you week in, week out. How are you loving life here in the British Basketball League?
I mean, I talked to Jordan before the game, too. I mean, it's amazing, you know, like I said, it's a big thing that they speak English here, you know, and you can read stuff. It's easy to get around, you know what I mean? And the people here are just amazing. After the games, you know, the crowd's always here. Like, we tried a game on a Thursday, a lot of people in the gym, a lot of excitement, you know, some real diehard fans here. and I just, you know, second year going around at it, and I really like playing here. It's a good time. My teammates are cool. Coaches are cool. I'm having a good time so far.
DeVell, I just want to say thank you so much. All the best to you. Congratulations on a big, big victory tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Congrats, man.
Yeah.
Well, Basel fans, that was DeVell Ramsey, the player of the game. But let's run through these stats tonight, JT. As expected, 9 3-pointers, 40% from the Surrey Scorchers.
Yeah, Surrey Scorchers, not as many threes as they normally shoot, only 22, but they did shoot it efficiently, 40%. Again, Sheffield, 50%, not a ton of threes, but extremely efficient. Surrey, 18 turnovers was kind of the difference. Again, the defensive pressure from DeVell Ramsey, Jalen Pipkins, normally only 13, 14 turnovers a game, and those 7 extra possessions that they missed out on were the difference.
Well, now it's time to go and meet with the winning coach of tonight, Atiba Lyons of the Sheffield Sharks, as his team have a 3-point victory tonight against Sheffield. Coach, first of all, a phenomenal performance from your team. Again, I can see it up by 13 points with under 4 minutes. That was a tough, tough play in the end.
Yeah, I mean, Surrey's shot-making ability, they've done it time and time again in this season already. There's a reason why they've been losing close games or winning close games. Just they don't have a die in them, and all those guys are shot makers. So we did a good job closing out. Despite the little bit of gap we created, there was still a lot of time on the clock, and they made us realize that real early.
Coach, I'm a big fan of how you guys play the game, the tenacity. You see a lot of that Brooklyn spirit in your team. How do you feel, though, when it comes down late in the game to have guys like Jalen Pipkins and DeVell Ramsey making those tough shots and making big plays?
Well, that's the key. You know, defense can only take you so far. You got to have guys that can hit those shots and have the nerve to make those big shots. You know, offensively, we're still finding our footing a little bit. We have, you know, pieces coming in late, and we got so much talent. I'm trying to just mesh it all together, and I think early in the game you saw some of those teething issues, but late in the game I think these guys did a good job finding the rhythm.
Coach, you know, you're coaching one of the most historic teams in the British Basketball League. Go back to the 2016 season when you won the playoff final against Leicester Riders. Is this a potential season where silverware could be coming back to Yorkshire?
Well, I think so. I think this is one of the most talented teams we've had. We have guys that can score in different ways. We've got a big presence. We have some IQ out there that can make the pass and deliver the ball in the right place at the right time. As we get more seasoned as a group, I think, you know, defensively, we weren't great in the first half. We made some adjustments that really bit us. But second half, we bounced back. So, you know, we're still figuring it out. But from the talent perspective and the effort and the energy and the not die spirit, we've got a lot of chances.
Coach Atiba Lyons, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on a very exciting win for your team, the Sheffield Sharks.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Congrats, Coach.
Well, Basel fans, it's now time to relive the action here from this game. We're going to give you the story of the half. What an amazing victory tonight here for the Sheffield Sharks. JT, again, we couldn't have written a more insane storyline for this one.
This one went wire to wire. Third quarter, it was Jalen Pipkins. He finally got going there. Early dunks, putbacks like that. Surrey hung around. A great performance from a thin bench in Surrey. It was Andrew, Lawrence, and Parkinson giving them a spark off the bench, as well as Hunt.
Of course, a big play for that man, DeVell Ramsey. But, you know, some of the key players making big moments. It was Jibber Adekoya. Too big, too strong. It's simply just too good inside the paint.
Yeah, in the end, I think Sheffield was just too much bench, too much physicality, too much tenacity. And I think that was ultimately the difference, as well as obviously the playmaking of DeVell Ramsey.
Well, there was a three-point in the corner by Bailey, but I really am excited for Surrey Scorchers. I mean, it's tough to come here on the road to play against the Sheffield Sharks. And, you know, a team that has really suffered through injury, changing personnel. It does look like things are clicking together for them.
Yeah, and anytime, you know, like you said, they hold teams to 74 points a game at Canaan Medical Arena. Did a great job defensively tonight. But you see the collapsing defense right there, and Surrey does a great job, Jordan Hunt, finding his big man. But there it is, Parker Stewart, again, the balance that Sheffield came with ended up being the difference for them in this one.
Well, that was the play finding Bratino. That was a big moment. That put him up by the 8 points. Again, crazy to think they were up by 13 and almost threw this one away. That was a three-pointer, put him up by 11. I mean, his step-back three-pointer almost looking like a baby James Harden out there.
Baby James Harden, baby Luka, whatever. He's LA, so we probably would prefer James Harden. As you see the big shot there from Josh Steele. Surrey would not go away. They kept coming back. But as you mentioned, DeVell Ramsey having the courage to take those shots and make those shots when it counted was the difference for Sheffield.
Well, the big game tomorrow is going to be on Sky Sports. You can watch that on the YouTube platform as well. And also, will be available for all of our fans in the United States. Big fixtures coming up this weekend in the British Basketball League. Surrey will be at home again on Saturday. They host the Bristol Fires. Caledonia Gladiators, they'll face Sheffield Sharks, looking to pick up their second victory this weekend. While on Sunday, we have a doubleheader. Phillip City Patriots will host the Newcastle Eagles, while we'll final up with the Cheshire Phoenix. They'll take on the Leicester Riders. Well, now it's time to take a look at the league standings here in the British Basketball League. Sheffield now currently up to 7 victories. They move up to 4th place. Surrey still with 2 wins. They're still currently second bottom, right behind the Manchester Giants. Again, league table, things are looking to shape up here, JT.
Yeah, you know, Sheffield is moves up on the table there into 4th. Surrey, that 2-9 record is not indicative of how well they've played this year. They've been competitive in a lot of games, including with my team, the London Lions, you see at the top of the table. A kind of one loss is a stain for us. We're not happy about it, but a chance to rebound tomorrow against Leicester.
Well, again, Jordan, what an amazing game this has been. But Basel fans, before we let you know, Great Britain women, they did feature in a FIBA Eurobasket qualified tie against Sweden. Unfortunately, Great Britain did succumb to a 2-point loss. But, Jordan, again, this game tonight between the Sheffield Sharks and the Surrey Scorchers, it was exciting.
Very exciting. And, you know, that's how it's been. Again, as you mentioned, every time these two teams get together, it's a close game. I think Sheffield won by 3 last time. They win by 3 again. And, you know, it's really one of the premier matchups. Almost turned into a rivalry in the British Basketball League, if you will.
Well, no doubt, many rivalries developing this season in the league. Basel fans watching on YouTube and watching in the United States of America, we'd like to thank you for joining us. I'm Josh Bett. He's the great Jordan Taylor. But for now, it's good night, and we'll see you soon for more games.